Our next guest, who's been with us for many years, is joining us to talk about some of the very cool things they are doing here at CES 2024 as we continue the launch of our 29th year, bringing you further into tomorrow with cool, innovative products. Please be sure to say hi again to the Senior Director of Global Product Management. Ooh, that's an important title. Oh, and development. We don't want to forget that. Mike Sexton. Mike, welcome back into tomorrow. How you doing?
Doing great, Dave. It's wonderful to be back. This is a CES tradition for us, and I always enjoy talking to you, and I hope your listeners like what we have to talk about every year.
Good point, and they do. And not only our listeners, but a great reminder. I like how you sort of segued right into that for me. Don't forget all of our videos at CES, all of our interviews at CES are also on video. So in this case, the products that Mike is talking about and showing us, you definitely want to visit intotomorrow.com and check out the Targus interview and all the others from the show floor. So do check that out. So let's start with something that I guess got you guys certainly an innovation award last year, and you're one-upping your own selves again.
Yeah, absolutely. So We've been doing EcoSmart products for over a decade, and we just continue to progress down the road to sustainability with all of our products. We've been making backpacks out of water bottles for a long time, and the last few years now we've been doing our tech accessories. So like you said, last year we won the CES Innovation Award for our energy harvesting keyboard, and this year we won for our ErgoFlip mouse.
Targus always winning awards, and no doubt because you've got some very cool things going on. So first of all, tell us real quick, what does it mean to be EcoSmart?
Yeah, EcoSmart is a lot of things, but one of the things is we make the products out of recycled materials. In the case of our new mouse, it's 85% post-consumer recycled material. So old keyboards and mice that we're turning into new products.
So rather than filling a landfill, you're actually taking these older products and converting them to new products. Absolutely. And making them eco-friendly.
Absolutely, and that's 85% of the material that goes into the mouse or the keyboards is that recycled material. And that's a very high number. So, someday we'll get to 100%, but we want to make sure it also has that reliability so it'll last you a long time.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we'll leave it to Targus to come up with the goods and take good care of us. Speaking of the goods, wait till you see this mouse. I mean, you're taking care of a good portion of the population, certainly not the majority, but there are folks out there that are left-handed. Go figure.
Right. So what we've done is made a eco-friendly, ergonomic mouse. I think you can see it here if you're on video, and easily converts from right-handed to left-handed.
And those listening not yet seeing the video, you simply took the top part of the mouse off and turned it around, and magnetically, I'm assuming, it put it on the base, and now it's a left-handed mouse.
It uses pogo pins and magnets to hold it together and produce the connectivity, but as simple as that, you can convert right-handed to left-handed. And the beauty of that is many people need to switch hands because maybe they have an injury or they just work so hard that they get tired and they want to use their right-handed or left-handed.
Yeah, that's my staff, I'd like to believe. They work so hard, they got to switch hands.
Most Targus customers work that hard, right? So, but I think also for a company, you can now buy one eco-friendly, ergonomic mouse for the entire staff, and you don't have to worry about whether they're right-handed or left-handed.
Well, that makes even more sense. So again, leave it to Targus to think about how do we take care of that issue, and there are several issues right there that are addressed. Yeah. Love it.
A few other things that come with it. We've put an ultra-low power Bluetooth chipset in this product, so we think you'll get about 2 years of battery life off a 1 AA battery, which is amazing. Yeah. Part of that eco-friendly story, and it comes in eco-friendly packaging. So we've thought about the entire supply chain, and we just continue to progress down that road.
Yeah, and it's not like you need a lot of distance. In this case for Bluetooth, you're at your desk and your keyboard and your monitor, I mean, you're all right there anyway, so make sense out of it. No wonder it'll last 2 years. That's cool.
And so not all of our products can win awards. We wish they would, but in addition to the new mouse and the keyboard from last year, we have 3 new keyboards in the EcoSmart line. We have an ergonomic keyboard, which is a wonderful product designed to compete with the best of the best out there. We have a great wireless keyboard that'll both do Bluetooth and RF with a dongle, which I think for a lot of businesses, this is going to be a core SKU for them. So really excited to have that in the line. And then, hey, let's not forget about wired. If you want, that connectivity that's wired, and that's something important to you, we have one for you as well.
And it is important to know that it's not yet a totally wireless world, and who knows if it'll ever be.
And there's some applications where that really makes a lot of sense, so we want to give people the flexibility to work that way.
Now, speaking of wireless, you got a lot of wireless laptop cases. What? But the point being, you guys, I think, didn't you sort of invent the laptop case like a bunch of years ago?
We did. Many years ago, we started working with IBM when laptops first became a thing. And it's really a core part of our 40-year heritage as a company. And we just continue to innovate in that space. We're number one based on the data that we've seen recently in most major markets. So number one global supplier of laptop cases.
And again, EcoSmart as well, because you're not going to stop with just great laptop cases. It's like, let's also help save the earth.
Absolutely. And I said it earlier, but for more than a decade, we've been making EcoSmart cases from plastic bottles. So they're not ending up in the landfill. But we've taken it another step forward this year with our Coastline collection. And what's great about that is those products are made from ocean-bound plastic. So we're working with an organization called Ocean Cycle, which collects material within 30 miles of the coastline that would end up in those oceans.
So those that would be in canal or river runoffs or something like that, again, as you say, typically end up in the ocean, you get them before that happens.
Absolutely. And so it's a really next level approach to making our products and a continuation of our progress with EcoSmart.
And as Chris was just showing on the video, you can see the bottles and pellets and how the bottles are shredded, and then you make these very cool cases, backpacks, and just carrying cases. You run the gamut for whatever somebody needs, and colors too.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's exciting stuff, and it's really just a fundamental part of what we do now. And it's something we're very proud of as a company and continue to work very hard on over time.
So now, as if by magic, we've relocated to another part of the very busy, by the way, Targus exhibit here at CES. It's always packed because they have so many cool things to show and so many new things to talk about. So Mike and I are now looking at Miralogic, which first you're going to tell us what that is.
Yeah, Miralogic is an exciting thing, and I think you noted, Dave, that's really busy here. I've been to 25 CES shows, and this one is, I think we're back to the peak of attendance, and a lot of them are here in our booth, which is great. But our Miralogic workspace intelligence system, I don't know if many of you know, but Targus is a very large business in universal docking stations, work with a lot of large enterprise customers. And one of the things that we've worked with our customers over the years on is they have hot desking environments where people are coming in to work in a workstation for maybe the afternoon or a day, but then the next day it's another employee that comes in and uses that same workstation.
So it doesn't mean hot desking doesn't mean they're an air conditioning problem, right? It's a fact that there's a lot of switching going on, different people, different computers, laptops, what have you.
And funny you say that. We can actually solve some air conditioning problems with this product.
Really?
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
So it is intelligent.
It's very intelligent. But one of the issues that you run into in that environment from an IT perspective is the PC is not always in the equation. It goes home, right? Well, you still have a docking station. You have monitors, keyboards, mice, and other peripherals connected at that workstation, but you don't have any tools to manage those devices when they're there. So what we did is we created a smart dock, and we integrated a single board computer and Wi-Fi into this docking station so that we can now communicate directly with the dock through the cloud. And you can do that remotely from anywhere over a PC, or we have an iPhone app that you can do it from the beach if you want to.
Right? Some major advantages for any company, let alone the individuals having to work with the company.
Right, and there's a myriad of use cases for it, but you can power cycle this, reboot the dock, do that remotely. You can push firmware updates to it so that you can always keep those docking stations up to date. You can control all the ports. So maybe you have a security policy, you don't want USB devices connected, you can turn off all those ports remotely. But if you have an exception one day, you can turn it on remotely as well, right?
It's the boss's son, we have to trust him, turn it on.
Absolutely, right? So a lot of remote monitoring and management capability, inventory all those assets that are connected, see how much use you're getting out of those docking stations that you've invested a lot of money in. So really a lot of great things there. And so we won a CES Innovation Award this year for many of the updates that we've done to it, that firmware update specifically, and a few other features with scheduling and reporting that we added into the product. So really just an exciting extension of it.
And I'm seeing something that no doubt helps operations. Just on the screen here, it talks about available workstations, 31 workstations in use. I mean, it gives you that detail. So if you've got a contractor, for example, coming in to do some particular work, you obviously can put them wherever you need them.
Right. No, so it's really exciting. The docking station is kind of the core, but what you just mentioned, we've extended it to a power strip and then also an IoT sensor that shows you occupancy, temperature, and humidity. And so what you're seeing on the screen here is our proprietary software, and there's a floor plan of our European office. So our London office right here, there's a lot of green spaces, and those are areas that are being used right now. So our employees in the office are sitting in those areas. But you also see that there's a lot of open area. Well, it doesn't look like they're having many meetings today.
They better get busy.
They better get busy, right? Or maybe they're all at their workstations just cranking away, which we think they are, right? But I think the beauty of that is there's a whole bunch of data that you can collect from this system. Occupancy data. So think about that from a real estate perspective. Are we using our office space effectively? Do we really need this much office space, right? So over time you collect that data, you can optimize it. Or think of a multi-story building. I want to find a desk to work at today. Well, I come to the front desk and the person at the desk looks and says, well, all the desks on floor 3 are occupied today, but you can go up to floor 5, there's plenty of space up there, right? So there's a lot of things you can do with that. Space optimization, it's, I think about, well, we know that most people come in on Wednesday and intuitively know that, but you can actually collect the data of how many people come in on Wednesday. You could pass that on to the catering company so that they have adequate food for the people that come in on Wednesday, right?
Wow, it must be nice to be fed then too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe they have to pay for it, but yeah, it is.
The point is, it helps in all sorts of planning operations, right? And makes life easier for not only the company, most importantly the company, because that's who's going to use this, right? But also the individuals that are going to be there working. They know it's going to happen. They're going to get their job done. They leave, everybody's happy.
Absolutely. And I think, we talked about our EcoSmart products, and the power strip is a really big part of that idea, right? You can optimize your power consumption. You can track that power consumption data over time. You have the ability to remotely control each one of these outlets. So maybe
this is not an ordinary power strip.
Absolutely not. It's a smart power strip, part of the ecosystem here, which, say you want to turn everything off at 7 p.m. and back on at 6 a.m., that's great. You can see all the power that's being consumed across all of the workstations that you have in your organization, and maybe you see, wow, there's this one workstation that's really burning a lot of juice. Maybe we'll just turn that off tonight and we'll investigate that tomorw. And maybe
some gamer.
Maybe that. Maybe Sally left her space heater on overnight, right? And we don't want that to happen. So you can imagine all the possibilities here, and we're just getting started with this. It's a wonderful.
And MirrorLogic is available now?
Absolutely. MirrorLogic is available for businesses. We're doing trials as well. So if you'd like to try it out in your own environment, we'd love to support that, give you more technical information, and help you implement this.
Love it. And of course, more information not only about MirrorLogic, but everything else that Mike and his team do, available at Targus.com. As always, we'll link you there when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. Mike Sexton, always a delight to chat with you, and there's never a time where we've talked where you didn't have cool, new, award-winning things. So we'll allow your staff to stop blocking this area so we could shoot this video and get back to your busy booth. But thank you again so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. It's always nice to have an opportunity to show off all the good work that the team does. I'm not doing all this myself.
Oh, come on, sure you are.
A wonderful worldwide team that really works hard to think of the next best thing, and so we'll see you next year and tell you about that.
Absolutely, if not sooner, because more stuff coming out, no question about that. I'm Dave Graveline. Stay tuned. We continue our 29th year bringing you further into tomorrow, right here on the Advanced Media Network. Much more to come from CES.